When we look at countries, even poorer countries or emerging economies, it's interesting to see what it is that governments are spending their money on. Money continues to be spent in defense, for example. India has been testing all kinds of missiles in the last several months. I'm sure defense spending in the United States hasn't gone down. Border patrols continue. With the new emergency powers that governments have assumed, they're spending a lot more on maintaining law and order, supposedly. The place where we're seeing resource mobilization actually is from people. People-to-people resource mobilization has been quite incredible, not just of money, but health services, food, cooperation, housing, shelter, and so on. If you look at Thailand, for example, coronavirus is definitely under control there. They haven't had new cases, and whatever new cases they've had, they're all traceable. But still, the government continues to impose emergency measures, and they're in fact extending emergency rule. They just re-extended emergency rule, in the name of maintaining national stability and national security. Now, this national stability and security that countries are talking about, it doesn't have to do with the pandemic. I mean, if it had to do with the pandemic, then in many countries, we would see governments actually putting resources aside. Legislative functions have almost been completely bypassed. So basically, governments have the carte blanche to push through whatever regulation, whatever measures, whatever laws, whatever policies they want. They can target people as dissidents. Even the judiciary is compromised in so many countries. And this is extremely serious because once the pandemic is over, we don't have any guarantees that we will go back to a time when we were able to exercise democratic rights and public scrutiny and public oversight. In terms of whether the United States will actually go back or will not go back, will go forward into genuine internationalism, where multilateral spaces and platforms are respected, and where in the face of international and global crises, a government or a country, that nation that has prided itself on being a superpower, actually understands what the responsibilities of a superpower should be in the midst of a crisis. Whether these things will happen is a big question, to be honest. Posturing with China, playing war games in the Pacific and across mainland Southeast Asia and in South Asia with China, when actually any struggle for geopolitical power can be handled very differently. At a time like this, you wonder why. Why are these governments doing this? And why is the United States doing this? Do they not realize how bad they look? Do they not realize how much animosity there is towards the United States when the government behaves like this? Perhaps the United States, like many other countries, would do well to really think about, what does security actually mean? Security for who?